Have you just started the gym for 2026, or are you already a gym goer and you just remaining consistent and still going to the gym? Well, in terms of a makeup routine, this video is going to be for you. Sometimes we don't feel all that confident in the gym. It can be really an intimidating environment. Sometimes we're not confident in the clothes that we're wearing. Sometimes we're in the gym because we're trying to lose weight, so the confidence isn't there. So you want to be able to feel confident in the things that you can control, which in this case is a little bit of makeup. So this video is for you if you want to just have a little really simple makeup routine that you can do really quickly just before you go to the gym, just so you can feel like you're your best self when you're there. So keep watching. So do your skin prep as normal, whatever moisturiser, SPF, anything that you use on your face as normal, do that just the same as you would. So we're going to start with a concealer. I don't like to put anything as a full base on my face because I just feel like it's just too much for the gym. So I'm going to go in with the NARS Creamy Concealer. I'm just going to put it on the inner corner of the eyes and bring it down like kind of halfway down the nose there. And do that just on both sides. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit just on the outer corner of the eyes as well. So now I've got a dense brush. This is a Real Techniques one, I think. I love this for concealer under the eyes. So we're just going to tap that in underneath and go right under the eye. And then do the same on the other eye. So just blending it in right under the eye to start with. Then what you want to do is when you've got a little bit of a blend, you need to start bringing it down with the brush. Whatever product's remaining on the brush, just bring it down slightly, kind of just to where your cheekbone is. And then what it's doing is, one, not wasting the product that's on the brush, but you're using that product to then just go around the face, down the cheeks, the chin, the nose, any kind of redness or imperfections that you feel like you've got. Then you're going to take that lighter coverage all the way around the face just from the product that's left on the brush. And then anything that's now remaining on the brush, just go over your eyelid really lightly, any product that's left. And then you're just getting a really kind of smooth, colourless base on your eyes as well, but a really light one. So now we've just got a pressed powder, any pressed powder, just a tiny bit on a big fluffy brush, and we're just going to tap that under the eyes and just around the face. And we're talking like the tiniest amount here, and it's just to kind of set that little bit of concealer that we've got under the eyes so it's going to last. Now you want to take like a really light bronzer. I always like the Benefit Hoola bronzer for like a really light natural look. You're just taking a tiny bit, tapping off the excess, and you're just going to go into the cheekbones. Again, we're using minimal product here. We're going to just do a tiny bit on the top of the forehead, maybe around the temples. There's hardly any product on this brush at all, keeping it really light. Now with that same bronzer and a really fluffy brush, we're going to go in on the eyes, just over the lid, into the crease, and blend it a bit higher if you want to. Just a really seamless, natural kind of look, not too heavy. It's almost that you can barely tell that you've got anything on really. It's just to kind of give a bit of brightness to the eyes, and you can go just underneath as well on both of those eyes. I'm just going to curl my lashes now because I've got really kind of straight lashes and they're not very dark. You can't really see them very well, so I just like to give them a little bit of a curl with the eyelash curlers before I put any mascara on, and this would be for any look, to be fair. If I take that off now, there you can see the difference compared to there. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye, and then we'll do some mascara. Ideally what you want now is a waterproof mascara. That's personal preference for me. I just think you get a bit sweaty in the gym. If you've got like watery eyes, anything like that, it's always best just to have just a waterproof on. I'm just going to do that to both lashes or both eyes. I'm not layering the mascara really thick. I'm putting a really thin layer on and just working more on the lift of the lashes. than anything, and just keeping it really natural. Okay, I'm just going to fill in my brows now really, really lightly with a soft brown eyebrow pencil. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills one. You can kind of use any one. This is a lighter colour than I would normally wear in everyday life with any look. It's just to make it a little bit more natural. So I'm just going in really, really light, just following my natural kind of shape and just filling in where there's just a little bit of gap in my brows. Don't have actually a lot of hair on my brows, so I've got to fill them in quite a lot, but because this is like a softer brown, it just looks a little bit more natural. And then just for the inner kind of brow, I'm just going to do some hair strokes, just so it's not really kind of thick and kind of coloured in. So you can see the difference now. That's the filled in brow, that's the one that's not. Just dead natural and subtle. So I'm going to fill in this brow now, and then we'll come back and we'll do the final bits. That's both brows filled in, and this is a personal preference. If you want to put a tiny bit of mascara on your bottom lashes, just for a little bit of definition at the bottom of your eye there, because there's not much going on down there, to be fair. You don't have to do this. But I just like the tiniest little bit on the bottom. And then the final step would be just your chosen lip balm. So I use the Ole Henriksen. I don't know what it's called. It's in the yellow tube. It tastes really nice. It's like quite fruity, and it just gives a little bit of kind of glow to the lips, but it's a lip balm, so it's not going to dry your lips out. And then finally hair slicked back, and this is the final look. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. See you soon.